Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? I hope you're well. I hope you're having an amazing day. Um, we're back for another episode of Seeds for the Soul. And today's episode, we're going to be talking about shine on. I really didn't group these in a certain way, but I find that there are certain themes that have emerged since publishing this book. So we are talking about Reap More today, and we're going to just go through a few seeds. I am Dr. Tammy, your success strategist and literacy educator. I help you move in the direction of more and prepare for what's next. And today I'm doing that with this book, Reap More 76 Seeds for this season. And so on Sundays, I come in and just give some motivation, encouragement, and just take some time to have a conversation with you about the next week, setting things up for greater, preparing for greater, and which we're going to talk about today too, greater and greatness. So I'm using that term because y'all know I usually talk about more and reaping more. So yes. So if you're joining me live or on the replay, please say hello to me. Please drop a comment below in the chat, whatever platform you're on. Just say hello to me. So after the broadcast, I can definitely come back in and say hello if I miss it. But I do want to know you're here. And if you have something cool to say, share that too, because I like to acknowledge that on the screen. So today, I'm going to check my volume. Yeah. So the connection is okay right now. So that's great. So we're just going to hop right into it. Let's just do this. If you haven't gotten your copy of Read More, what are you waiting on? It's past time. And I think of it as a daily reader. And so I think of it as something you can read every day. You can just take it in bits. It is made up of quotes. They're not long quotes or entries. They are, some of them, are a little longer than others. Some are really short because it's straight to the point because the quote says it all. And then some of them I kind of give a little more background and say a little more. But this book, you'll see that they're aligned pages. So it's meant for you to actually interact with the text, for you to take it, read it, and there's prompting questions to get you to reflect on that particular quote, that particular idea and mindset shift. This book is about mindset work, but it's in 76 chunks, smaller bite-sized pieces. And so I definitely invite you to check it out, grab a copy, and use it as a reflective tool, either in the morning or at night. On Sundays with me at the beginning of the week because you can read several at a time, and that's what we do on Sundays. So if this is your first time joining me, that's what we're about. That's what we're doing here. So today, since we're talking about Shine On, I'm going to start with seed 18. 18. So, seed 18, let your light shine by living your truth. And a lot of the work that I do and a lot of the things that I share with those that I work with is how important it is to be self aware. And not only to be self aware for yourself and how you impact others, but then use that to move and navigate the world. And so, because of that, you have to start with living your truth and walking in it and not hiding it, not living it sometimes and some days. Um, and so, this is um, really short, but I'll read this one and just we'll talk about the questions a little bit or think about them. How about that? In the 90s, we would ask each other as a greeting, how you living? Today, I ask you the same question. How are you living? Are you living the truth of who you really are? Are you letting your light shine? Hmm. Are you letting the best part of you show outwardly? Are you letting others see the best part of you? Um, the truth of who you are, the good part of who you are, and sometimes the bad and the ugly. But how are you living? And are you choosing the path that you truly desire? Doing those things that you truly desire. And so this one is let your light shine by living your truth. And so it's up to you this week, today, this moment, as you're watching this live or on the replay, is to just take a moment and ask yourself, am I living my truth? Am I walking in my truth? Am I sharing who I really am? Do I know who I am and where I'm going? And is that obvious to others? And it doesn't have to be like very specific when I say obvious to others, like exactly what you're doing, because some things you got to keep to yourself, but that you are aspiring for more, that your goal is greater, you're seeking greater. And so that's what it should be. So when people see you, they should know, like, yeah, this person can do it. This person's going to do it. I can see this person here. They'll even start seeing the vision that you haven't even shared with them because you're living your truth. And so I encourage you this week to think about that. How are you living? Are you living your truth? Are you walking in your truth? Are you living the truth of who you really are? Are you letting your light shine? And I specifically say light because we want to let the good part, not, are you letting that part of you that people don't get to see or that you hide? Are you letting that shine? All right. The next one is because we know that there are challenges when you are living, just having breath in our body, we experience challenges. So we're going to move to 73. And I'm actually reading these in order. And so we'll see how it flows, if it works. But some of us hide our truth, we hide our light, and we hide what we desire because we know what our flaws are. We know what we're struggling with. We know what is stopping us from doing X, Y, Z. Hey, Shannon, how are you? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you being here. Um, and and you're on LinkedIn. Woohoo! The comments from LinkedIn were not working last time, so I missed some of them, but they are today. Yay! It was fixed. So thank you for joining me. And so 73 is despite your scrapes and scars, you are special. So shine on. So, despite what you've been through and gone through, shine on. So, as I have been talking with friends and family and reading about current events, I find it all to be a bit disheartening and sad. Folks are shrinking in the face of adversity and difference. We must realize that we may have bumps and bruises. We may have scrapes and scars. We may even have cuts and contusions. And you can still be amazing. You can still be amazing. You are special. Your circumstances are not your conclusion. Shine your light, shine on. Let me back up because I think some of you missed it. So, for those of you in the back who missed it, your circumstances are not your conclusion. It's not the end. It's not over. How are you shining your light? How are you using your scrapes and scars to share your story in a book? And it can be in different ways. Or in a broadcast, like, hey, maybe with a colleague or a friend, right? What are your wins from last week? Do you celebrate your wins? Do you celebrate the good things that happen? What are some of your recent successes? What are those? So um, I think I need to just go back. I don't think I need to add anything to this one. I don't think I need to add anything to seed 73 to this entry. We must realize that we may have bumps and bruises, scrapes and scars, maybe even cuts and contusions, but you're still amazing. You're special. Your circumstances are not your conclusion. Shine your light. So, for those of you just coming in, we are discussing. So, chat with me in the comments, live or on the replay, about Reap More 76 Seeds for this season. And it's a book of quotes and a little commentary, some reflective prompts to get you thinking about how to shift and change your mindset or what you're doing this coming week, this year, this month, this quarter. And Reap More stands for reflect, evaluate, adjust, and plan. So that's what this broadcast is about, is to offer you this strategy. And one way I do that are through the 76 seeds in this book. So that was seed 73. Despite your scrapes and scars, you are special. So shine on. Thank you, Wes, for retweeting. I appreciate you. All right. So here we go. Keeping it moving. So let's go to the next one. So this one is so now that we acknowledge that we have some things going on that may not be so pretty, and if you say that is not you, you are not being honest. We all have our scrapes and scars, our bumps and bruises. And so even when um, we embrace that and we move to the next level, which is shining, letting our light shine and living our truth and being who we are and letting that good part of you impact others positively. Sometimes people will throw shade. And we're going to talk about that probably next week about the shade. But some people will discourage you, say negative things about you, not support you like you think they should, because you are shining, because you are living with integrity, because you're doing that thing that you're meant to do, and you're positively impacting your community, your family, the world, maybe. And so, because of that, you will get some negative feedback, some negative comments, maybe neither of that, none of that, but people ignoring you. Not responding, not following through on what they said because they think you can handle it or because they have their own issues. And so we tend to want to say something um, or even I was going to say lash out. That's probably it in different ways, right? Whether it's just in a comment or how we respond to them with our attitude or whatever. And so this seed is about like once you embrace all that, once you get past your scars, once you're living your truth and letting your light shine, be gracious and kind while you shine. So it's also not only that, but it also means not to be mean about it, not to be boastful, not to be elitist, where you put yourself on a pedestal where you are now too good for people. Like, growing up, it was always remember where you came from. That was really important. And so you have to do that. And so I encourage you to be gracious and kind while you shine. Because you may find that more will come to you, more will just fall into place. Okay, so let me read because I've done a lot of talking. So I'll read. Despite whom or what tries to dim your light, be gracious and kind while you shine. Things will happen unexpectedly to try to throw you off track, off your game. Hang in there. Don't give up. Don't quit. Keep doing what you're doing, especially if you know it is right or tied to your purpose. Don't allow others or other things to be a distraction for what you are doing or where you're going. Stay focused, stay the course. Keep doing what you're doing, right? Don't let things throw you off track or dim your light or throw you off your game or you respond in a way that's not gracious and kind. What has been a distraction to you this week? What or who has distracted your flow? We talked about the flow last week. The broadcast, the sound is great. So listen to it as a podcast from last week, episode 4. After the first 10 minutes, it's not a great visual. I'm a bit pixelated. I have a coffee fit. All that things happen, but the sound, the content is great. So check it out. But we talked about flow and we talked about flowing with your gift, living in your flow, and allowing flow to guide you and to be peaceful in that flow. So, what or who was distracting you or your flow? What are you doing that is directly tied to your purpose? What are your goals to help you keep focus? This is Goal Setting Sunday. Set your goals for this week, the tasks for this week, at least 3 for tomorrow, and then do it each day. Take it one day at a time. But what are those goals? What are those tasks that will help you stay focused this week? I want you to think about that. Be gracious and kind while you shine. To those who try to dim your light, and for those who didn't believe you and now you're saying, how you like me now? Be gracious and kind. Don't be mean about it. Just keep going, doing what you're doing. I know it's hard sometimes, depending on the person, but I encourage you to give it a whirl, give it a try. All right. So, last one for today, and I will hush, is 76. But it's Black History Month. And so, y'all know I have to each month try to choose one of these if it fits with my plan and what I'm feeling with the spirit that I'm feeling that day, to share a quote that reminds you of your excellence, reminds you of who you are, reminds you of what you were meant to do here. So that way you can really drill that down to what your purpose is. All right, so we're going to go to 76. All right. This is for you and me. So I'm going to say you because today this is for you. So instead of I'm going to say you, but just know this is what I believe. Okay. Greatness is in your DNA. Greater is the goal. Sometimes I sit in reflection and marvel at my amazing ancestors. I'm in awe of what they accomplished with so much working against them. So many against them. I have no doubt that greatness is in my DNA, is in your DNA. I could not do what I do without their sacrifice, blood, sweat, and tears. Therefore, each day, it is my goal to be greater. Whatever I do great today, tomorrow, I must do and be greater. Whatever I do great today, tomorrow, I must do and be greater. Think bigger than you're big. That's one of the quotes in here. So, whatever you think is great today, what can you do that's greater? What can you aim for that's greater? To be greater, to do greater. What is that? People often ask me how I do what I do. And if you didn't see my post, I think it was yesterday. I usually Friday or Saturday, I usually share an introduction post where I reintroduce myself to those new to my community. I do a lot. I love it. Um, and all I can say is greatness is in my DNA. Greater is my goal. How can I be greater? What can I do better than yesterday? How can I improve on what I'm doing? What tweaks can I make? Small chunks, though, small. Mediocrity is not an option. Complacency is a disgrace. Just breathe through that right there. Let me say this again because I'm going to add to it. Mediocrity is not an option. Complacency is a disgrace. Settling is a shame. Don't settle. Don't settle. Don't be complacent. And don't be mediocre. Be greater. Be greater. How will you be greater tomorrow, Monday, or whenever you're watching this, whatever tomorrow is for you? What task will you check off your to-do list that will move you in the direction of more? And y'all know that's my phrase, move in the direction of more. How are you preparing for what's next? I am Dr. Tammy. I am your success strategist. I help you move in the direction of more and prepare for what's next. So how will you move in the direction of more? How are you preparing for what's next? Yes, hey, yes, greatness. Greatness is in your DNA. Greater is the goal. Ha. What are we going to do? Oh, and Shannon, I still got to contact you about my shirt. I need a design. I can't figure out what I want exactly, how to describe it. So when I do, I'm contacting you. All right. So those are the 4 seeds I wanted to share today. And like a teacher, I'm going to recap. So we talked about seed 18. Let your light shine by living your truth. Despite your scrapes and scars, you are special. So shine on. Keep it moving. Be gracious and kind while you shine. While you're letting your light shine, be gracious and kind to those who may not be gracious and kind to you. And just a reminder, greatness is in your DNA. Greater is the goal. So I encourage you this week to go forth and be greater. Whatever that is for you, we're all starting at different points. We all at a certain point today. We may be all struggling with something different today than we were yesterday. And so tomorrow, what can you do to change that, to improve on that? And so that's what I encourage you to do. We have just gone through 4 seeds from Reap More, 76 seeds for this season. And that was 4 for today. If you haven't gotten your book, I encourage you to grab a copy. There's an ebook version. There's also the paperback version that's available. You can get them at any online book distributor, Amazon, anywhere that you get your books from. You can get the book. Even some of the places that you probably wouldn't think. Check it out. Whatever's available in your area, in your part of the world. But I encourage you to get Reap More and use it as a guide to help you move in that direction of more and prepare for what's next. I am Dr. Tammy, and I invite you to join me on this journey. It's a process. Nobody is there, and those that say they are, they have arrived, and they are all they ever wanted to be. There's something they can do to improve on that. And I think it's a journey, and we have different challenges each day, each year. 2 years, pandemic, crisis, all those things that come, challenges that come our way. We have to navigate those. And so it's a constant process. And sometimes it just requires us to reflect, evaluate. Let's get the light. Let's see if you can see it with the light. I got to turn it a kind of weird way just so you can see it. Reflect, evaluate, adjust, and plan while you're on your journey. Don't forget, right now, we're over on Telegram soon, and we'll be there. But I'll also be opening up a membership group for those who want more of the small group coaching and resources that I have available to help you on your journey. So stay tuned for that. That will open up soon. And but right now, you can join us on Telegram. We have a conversation. I share some things that are going on in our community and stay current, get updates. And so that's how I stay connected with you. And you can stay connected with me because we can have a conversation there and share what's going on in the world of manifesting more. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for joining me. I am Dr. Tammy, your success strategist. I help you move in the direction of more and prepare for what's next. So have a great week, and I'll see you soon. Very soon. Y'all take care. Bye.